What do you think? I mean, it depends on how long the Expedition 33 run is, but I can't think of any other games that have come out since game submissions. So
Is someone going to be like, is Blueprints possible to run?
I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea how that
Good
game
question.
works.
They've got Nubby.
Let's consult the Oracle.
That's true. I guess
Blueprint.
Nubby is like one of the most recent
you're
games,
right.
actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
It's a newish game, right?
Hello, Kumama.
Avowed is very new as well. I see.
That's true.
that
Avowed
there.
might be newer.
And it is 50 minutes. Curious.
I'm surprised it's that low. But
Balatro, 7-deck random seed skips.
he's playing the Balatro
Yeah,
for an hour.
Man,
dude.
is that the same guy
I can't
who
believe.
did?
Yeah, I can't believe that they're doing Balatro again when it like went over estimate just
It was
last
a
year.
train wreck last time. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy? Are they offering him the run back? Like they did that with the Sunshine 120 runner, where they gave him the run back.
It was pretty fun, though. You got to remember we were hungry. Like, we did go eat after that.
We did go eat after Balatro.
It was a good run, but yeah, oof, it was such a shame. Well, it's like it was such a shame, but also it was like he was looking for like 5 of like 120 jokers to make the run work, unless I was missing something. So it's also like, really?
Is that Sunshine run you referenced? Was that the year where like the save, like the memory, like died without the memory card in? Was that run? Was that the train wreck? I think so. Tapioca is muted.
I don't know.
I remember watching that. I never saw the run back though, but if that's the one that got the run back, I remember watching that part of the stream and thinking that.
All right.
Also, I've never heard of Mega Man Maker before.
You never heard of Mega Man?
Well, never Mega Man Maker.
It's pretty new.
Oh, that's a Steam game, I think.
Oh, weird. That sounds like a ROM
Is it
hack.
an official thing? I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Let me look, I think maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I'm thinking of something
I might be
else.
thinking of the I Want to Be the Guy maker. Oh no, you're right. It's a fan game. Yeah, there's no way Capcom allows it, right?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. High low levels. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to find places to fit everything on this tiny laptop screen. So sorry.
Make sure you get up Spock's stream because you're only getting half the story if you watch in Discord.
Yeah, that's true. You really probably don't want to bother watching this one on Discord.
Yeah, don't watch Discord for Spock's. This is good.
What like insane stream setup is happening that he's on a laptop and somehow the Discord
But I
is
hear
not...
myself on the stream though.
Well, you're not going to be talking while I'm going.
Mute stream.
That's true. I guess we won't be talking in 10 minutes from now. You're right.
Mute
You're
stream.
right.
10 minutes
Mute
from
stream
now.
close chat. Like the Mafia.
Wow.
MSCC.
Now you don't even pretend to be cheating in Mafia anymore. You just do it.
Is that really what it's,
I don't know.
like
What
now?
was the last Mafia stream? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like to pretend that the good old days.
There was one a few months ago. I did one night of Mafia, and he was like, "This is gonna come back. This was a fun time." No.
I want to say I've gotten that at some point, PQ.
All right. Is that good? Just want to be able to see OBS so I can make sure the audio is not going to go off the charts. Because you never know. Hello, Remnant. GB. What is that face, Remnant? I don't know.
It's horrible.
Making things always on top gets so confusing because there's like an order to the things you put on top, and it's like, okay. All right. If we're about ready, I'm gonna just deafen myself in here, I think, right? Because you should watch it on the stream. Everybody good with that? All right.
Yeah, you can do it that way if you want. I'm down.
I'll just mute myself in here, really. All right, bye. Okay, fuck them, right? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. It's not you, Chibi, all right? It's not you, Chibi. Well, it's all right. Let me explain right now before we get started. I wanted to be able to be like, but I can't see myself and the chat at the same time with this thing being big enough. There, that'll work. All right. I can't see half of what I said, but it'll be good. Get out of here, Windows 11 bullshit. All right. So, let's get out of here. First of all, thank you to everyone who helped me set this up. That was me and me. There's a little green screen finally is being used, nailed to the wall. I'm finally using these lights that I bought 2 years ago. I felt like I'd be more confident with this robe on, but the catch is that I'm going to be really sweaty. So, also Hawaiian shirt. Hello. Right. This is the Sp0ck1 Spring 2025 PowerPoint party brought to you by Sp0ck1 and Nubby's Number Factory, who is not involved in anything at all. In fact, I've never played it. Brought to you by RuneScape Dragon Wilds. So, this is a presentation that I am making because I need to get this stuff out. No one understands, I feel, what I'm talking about when I'm making these songs. And this has been the way for a long time. This reverb is killing me. I'm looking at the chat just to make sure nobody's saying you can't hear anything. I don't know, I'll probably not spend too much time in the chat here, but all right, clap, clap, clap. So let's get moving. I wish there was music going on right now, right? But like there will be, so we'll get there. Right. So really this is about loops. It could have been called loops. I had a whole thing in my head for it being called loops, but the truth is it's more about songs that or sounds that have to get out. So the first of those loops really was when I was in high school. And I've talked about this off and on, but I'm, once and for all to the people here, we're going to do it. I would give out these CDs that I burned, 14 of them over the span of 4 years in high school. I don't know how that happened. They were all made of very short. I can't read everything I wrote on my slides for my notes. That's okay, though. The point is to do this more off the cuff. We're going to use the slides as notes because we're professionals now. They were more off the cuff. They were actually entirely off the cuff, and that's an important part. I like the idea of live very much. That's why Twitch appeals to me. And back then, when I was 16, 17, it was all like improv, except I never took an improv class, and I still haven't. And I mentioned recently, I probably should. This is one of the reasons why. Back then, it was all about... I just enjoyed messing with the song. So I don't have an example of it, unfortunately. I knew the example I would take if I could find it, but, there's only so much time in the world, so... yeah, I would just take little bits between lyrics and make them into little loops, and I would sing over them. It's not that much different from how a lot of things happen today. So let's keep going. This, by the way, much shorter than the NASCAR presentation, thank God. Move. All right. So my perspective on music in general is a lot like my perspective on a lot of other things in life. I make it harder on myself for no reason. But it's just my own shit. Who cares? Let me be. And so I consider myself to be a musical caveman, weaponized ignorance, except really it's only weaponized against myself to hold me back. But in that, I've been doing it for like 15 years now or more, and holding me back can only get you so far. So I think that what my music is kind of is like a growth on the side of something that never should have happened. And music is like a beautiful thing, so that's not an ugly growth. It's a beautiful growth. It's harmless, it's fun, but I do feel like when I share these things, people have no idea what I'm talking about or what they just heard. And my goal with this presentation is to give you an idea of what you just heard, how it came to be at least, and of the fact that I have been making these things for many years, and I will continue to, and once in a while, I'll feel like showing you. And you'll just smile and nod, and that's totally okay. It's what I expect. If you really like it, that's okay too. I think because of the nature of I'm not really performing live a lot of the time, I don't know if people care about these things or not. So to me, the reaction I assume you would give is a smile and a nod and a good job, sweetie. And that's okay. Anything else? Most songs I would consider like chanting or singing along. I like to sing along with myself. You already noticed there's a lot of themes of like self-reliance, even when I was joking about I did all this on my own. Well, I did. I've had this stuff for a couple of years, and I've wanted to put it up and create some setup. Oh no, I could go YouTubing off of this.
So much care, so much love.
I forgot there was anything on.
So much love, so much care. So much care, so much love. Amazing. Amazing
Amazing egg. So. Alright, so there are different types of loops in my mind. You've got different moments that are just kind of being captured. That's really the most common thing. I'm just playing, I'm feeling it out. And then when I have this looper pedal, which I'll show you in a sec, I have it by my feet. You won't see it live today. No toes for you. I'm not wearing shoes, socks, and I don't have another camera to point down there except the laptop, which I'm using it. So you're just going to have to deal. However, yeah, usually they're like that. And it's like I'm into something, right? I'm like playing something. I'll turn this, you know? But I just want to record it and get some more on top of it, especially when it comes to this instrument I'll talk about later. I think you can see the top of it, you know, this keyboard. I can't record vocals onto it. And I have nothing that I can record vocals onto except my looper. So different moments, different moods that I'm in. Definitely used to be a lot of it before I had this thing. Just emotions that I'm capturing. That's really the most things. And then sometimes those become songs. Sometimes they were intended to be songs. A lot of times they are songs that I'm kind of just speaking as someone else, just exploring what it would be like to be that person. And those are what I consider in-character songs. Songs for the stream that you've never heard, but I've imagined you really loved them. And you did, but you never heard them. And covers or just general vibes. And I won't go into those too much because a couple of years now I've wanted to do another PowerPoint, but it's like trivia shoehorse style. And I ran that by him once. He said it was a good idea. So I got the confidence to do it, but I've never done that yet. So there's some things on here. If I was to try to find one really fast, would I? Idle Error. Is that even mine? Fancy 70s. No, those are not mine. So there's some stuff on here that just sounds like anything we've played together. Here, this one's called Toe Jam and Earl Program. You know what I mean? So that's like that. And then there's a few on here. So I assume they're going to play in order, God willing, because I'm just going to press the right key. And let's see what loops we've got. So these are just, they're not on the looper, so they're not looping. I know it's a little unintuitive, but we started half an hour late already. There's a lot of iteration a lot of times, like, I can only record, you know, there's a lot of layering effects that have to be done kind of by hand. I consider it like old school Photoshop or something. Windows 2000 era mechanics I work with pretty much. And like I said, I make it myself harder. I'm making my harder on myself for no reason. Let's look at some more. This one's like a hip-hop radio station, I feel. Sp0ck1, hot, 98, you know. I wish that did go somewhere. There's a lot of things that are either the intro to something or the end of something or the middle of something, but they're not. You know, there's no something.
Is over. The moment is over.
Very loud.
The moment has ended. The moment.
Sorry, it was so loud. I did not normalize these. Sometimes there's moments, sometimes they're over. And if I could, that one's just really fun and meditative to loop on, but you can't really tell.
Jackie got over late.
Why is Jackie here?
Yeah, everything you ever told me was right now.
Everything he ever told me was right now. Everything he ever told me was right now.
Never heard no one say those words before, so I didn't really know how to react, so I shut the door.
I shut the door, I shut the door, I shut the door.
When Jamie came knocking on a 1, 2, 3, she said, you gotta open up the door for me, but
alright.
I gotta know just more what you got to say, 'cause you're always right, you never steer me the wrong way.
That's an in-character song about being a guy who's always right, and women love it. I forgot I put that on here just now, but, you know, there's a second verse about that being a fantasy, so don't worry, I'm humble. Oh yeah, this was for the...
And now you hear the sweet siren of my song.
Villain.
Villain.
I guess it's part of being a villain.
I've been out here for so long.
I guess it's part of being a villain.
I'm a
villain. That was what I was working on, Chibi, when I told you I wanted to work on something, but I wanted to get so many more clips. I go over here.
Bullshit.
And I don't know what button I pressed. Oh, you know what? Give me just 30 seconds. I do know what button I pressed. There. That sound better now?
Bullshit.
No. I don't know what I did. Profit. Anyway, I sound kind of weird and doubled right now. I don't know what that's about, but we won't worry about it. So, the thing I'm talking about, my little pedal, what I was just messing with, what I pressed the dry defeat button on, if you can see that, is the Digitech Jamman Stereo. It's a fully analog device. It outputs WAV files. Whew. Sorry. I can't see through my glasses. And that's a problem. It produces WAV files. It has cute little XML files in there for itself to tell it the tempo and things. And it just exposes all that to you on the SD card. I had to write a little script to take those things out of the two folders they're nested in. They're just called phrase.wav, every single loop, and put them all into one. So part of making this yesterday was extracting all of those from every era of music I have done since I started using this thing. Holds up to 99 loops. It's used to capture moments in time for me. That's how I consider it. I only click record when I'm already in the middle of something. I'm already doing something good, and I want to iterate on it usually. I consider it to be like an auditory camera. Cheesy and whatever. That sounds like, but that is just the truth. So that's how it is. I'm a very sweet boy. So different eras of the music that I've been making. When I had a heart attack in 2018, as I've mentioned a lot of times, while I was in the hospital, I decided a bunch of stuff, and one of those things was that I was going to be more serious about music. And you notice most of this stuff doesn't exist pre-2019. There are a few loops that are still on this. I mentioned an SD card, and that's what I take and extract. There's also onboard memory. Some things have been on there since 2013. There's stuff that old friends who I don't even talk to anymore recorded, but it's like, it's there. It's the last connection I have to some people. And some people I do still talk to that are on there. That's just like 2 people, right? Most of it's me. And it's an auditory camera for me because it's a way to go back and, like, if I just pick one at random. Like, I used to have no idea what I was doing, but I was trying to make a little song. Gotta reset that back to 1. All right. So different eras. Before I went to college, and I was already planning on it when I got out of the hospital, pre-first semester. Things I did first semester. When I extracted the thing, it happened to be summer of the 3rd semester, although there's always songs from the last one up to the next one. So from first semester to 3rd semester, I was just working on filling up those 99 loops. Then there's the pandemic. Then there's the final semester when I definitely lost my mind a bit, and that created a lot of good art, because that's what pain does. Baseball to Cows, those are little songs that you will not hear, either of them. And then when I moved from the bad place to the good place here, and then the song about the driver being on their way, which I don't think you'll hear, but if we had time, you might. And yeah, that's the most recent one. I just extracted like last week. All right. So here's the first song, and this was February 2020. Now, from the rest of the presentation, there's like 5 slides, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, I keep saying go ahead and, because a friend of mine I hate now is divorcing my other friend, and he says go ahead and blah, blah, blah all the time. So part of processing, leaving him out of my life now, is saying the thing he says all the time. That's so fun. All right. Yes, so I devotee, right? I just have this one on here, so I'll push the play button. This was before I had this. This is just on the bass. We're going to assume it's loud. I'm an devotee. Oh, I'm an devotee. I'm an devotee. I'm an devotee. I'm an devotee. I clicked something else. I also have the desktop audio turned down halfway. That's not right. Hello, Gris. I turned the desktop audio up. The rest of those should be better. Some of them are on the loop pedal. Don't worry about what's going on. Devotee. Next one. I just always listen to these Pilot Wings motifs I played once, and I play all the time. There was a while where every week I would have a new theme for myself on the bass, and I wasn't recording those. I was just that's what was coming out. And some of the time that was Pilot Wings out here. So I've put those on my loop pedal special, and I was having to, this is what I was messing with and was delaying me adding these on here. So I can't show you the bass anymore because it's broken, but I'll let you listen to this. like that. And then what's the other one? Is number 2, the other Pilot Wingy. So I just feel like when you have the power to make your own music, you should play your favorite stuff, I guess. So that's what happens. It's nice. It's meditative. It's nice to listen to for a long time. All right. This one's weirder. This one, when I say I need people to understand, is what I'm talking about. This is not like the others. It's not a song I'm going to sing. It's more like I have my phone and I got an auxiliary cable to hook into the pedal to try a new form of thing. And I was listening to this book where I thought the woman who's reading read really, really rhythmically. This book right here. So I ordered the cable and I saw what it was like, and I recorded this 33 minutes of, I just had my one little, here. I had this old loop from Leaf Lock's old micro Korg. I just wanted to bring Leaf Lock up in both of my PowerPoint party presentations. Just as simple as it went, not like that. This. Oh, actually, it wasn't even that. It was this. So that's like a classic old loop of ours. And I took that and I made this kind of, anyway, I'll just let you hear it. It's like a protest song made out of, anyway, it's not though, it's just bad art.
Two are as smart as they often aren't as smart they think they are. Two are as smart as they often aren't as smart they think they are. Two are as smart as they often aren't as smart people they think they are. Two are as smart as they often aren't as smart people they claim to know. Two are as smart as they often.
I trimmed this down to a minute. It's not 33 minutes.
Two are as smart as they often aren't as smart people they
Just
claim.
different
Grammar snob will
sections
hesitate.
of it.
One fleeting moment of common sense. Grammar snob will hesitate. One fleeting moment of common sense. Grammar snob will hesitate. One fleeting moment of common sense. Even when talking about units of measure. Gallons of gas. Gallons of gas. Gallons of gas. Fewer friends, fewer social engagements. Gallons of gas. Fewer friends, fewer social engagements. Gallons of gas. Fewer as a word that applies to plural things, and less as a word that applies to singular things. This will give the grammar snobs one less way to mess with you, and therefore fewer reasons to live. Chapter 39. Agree to dis and meaning.
So none of that certainly doesn't give you an impression of why I have gallons of gas or 10 items or fewer. Every single time I go to the store, I know that was a 1 minute, but in my head, for 10 minutes or longer, she's just repeating 10 items or fewer because that's what I've captured. And that's part of it. I like that there's an analog looper here. I have to keep in my head the start and the finish. I'll hit record just to dub over like 2 seconds of a 5-second loop. And I kind of see it kind of going in my mind as like a 3D image or something of where her bit is and where my bit is, where my space is going to be to insert more. And I think it's just interesting practice to keep like my mind able to visualize, but let's move on. So let me get to this fella in front of me, the Roland JDXI. I think it's an amazing piece of equipment. Sorry, I'm moving this microphone while I'm talking, and I got to move it back where it's supposed to be. I think it's an amazing piece of equipment. It has 2 channels, digital, 1 channel analog, and 1 channel for the drums. It has very many of classic, iconic sounds you've heard that happen to be Roland sounds from back then. A lot of them, I don't know what they were on. I was going to say the Juno, but I don't know if that's true. So there's some really classic stuff in here. Look, I'm way over to the left. Let me get my position back. Sorry, I'm a noob. So yeah, a lot of stuff on here. I think it's an amazing machine, and I have filled the whole thing up. So frick, you know? Since I got that, I've been able to make more interesting things, and one of those I just shared in the Discord the other day for Gamerade, but that doesn't mean you've all heard it, and I particularly love it. So this one is on my actual thing. I've got to navigate to it because I thought that I was there and I was not there. Isn't it like 45, H45? This baseball, what's this? Why everything sounds weird. But I definitely clicked a button. I'm sorry I clicked. Definitely did do that. Where are you, Rhonda? I put it on patch 3, so we'll just do that. No, that's Darryl Waltrip. There is a Darryl Waltrip loop on here. Just a reminder, I cannot see what you're saying. If you really, really, really need me to see it, put it in caps, and I will know. Sports drink, that's what I call my lemonade, my Powerade, and of course my Gatorade. I drink that stuff cause I'm not made to live this way. It's my sports drink, that's what I call my lemonade, my Powerade, and of course my Gatorade. I drink that stuff cause I'm not made to live this way. It's my 28-ounce tall, clear, thick bottle with a bright orange cap toss. Drink it full throttle and down, 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 down she goes into my esophageal hose. Salty would not call it smooth, but it helps when I'm on the move. Dehydration, it does soothe a neon-colored marble. It's mine. That's that song. I'm taking too much time. Okay. This one, no one has ever heard it. I particularly do love it. I do need to find it, though. Is that it? So this is another in-character song. For whatever reason, I don't particularly think I have trouble ordering ramen. But I went to Chicago. I'm not talking in the mic. I went to Chicago. There it is. We went to a ramen shop. Why do you sound so weird? Okay, we're just going to have to deal with it. It's like being repeated in something. We're just going to deal with it. What was that? The devil got in there. I screw up the lyrics to this. 6 types of noodle and 2 types of pork. I don't want to say their names because I don't want to sound like a big old dork. There's 4 different chicken broths and 3 choices of meat with 8 different spice levels. But I don't want to blow up my head with heat. Yeah, ramen lady, come on over. Yeah. Ramen lady, come on over, cause I know what I want to order. Ramen lady, come on over, cause I don't want no more orders. Alright. And I think this is the last one. Right? Yeah, and I've also got it on here so we don't have to search for it. This is the last bit, so I don't know if I made this before or after I injured my knee. Just trying not to think about the fact that my mic sounds so weird. But I made this song, and I rather like it. Oh, and it is on. It's patch 4, and it's also... Okay. I'm going to try to do this one live since the last one. And, well, actually, yeah, I'm going to try to do this one live. This is one of those ones where there are 3 layers to it. I don't really mention this in this PowerPoint presentation, but a lot of the music I make is a bit cacophonous. So, this is one of those times where it is a bit cacophonous. And I'm just going to do it. Bifurcated. Don't know how. Wait. Oh. Sorry. Bifurcated. Never seen myself look like this. Bifurcated. Never seen my leg look like this. Bifurcated. I've never seen myself look like this. Bifurcated. I've never seen myself look. I can't wait here any longer. Brother, are you fucking up? Are you fucking up? We gotta do a little test. Hello! 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 Alright. It's not fucking up. I don't understand. Let's just play this. Bifurcated. I've never seen myself look like this. Bifurcated. I knew my body had one more twist. Bifurcated. I've never seen my legs look like this. Bifurcated. I left my rib plate out there on them. What does he say? I left my rib plate out there. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna do this one more time because it's the last song. And it's important to sing about your knees. The difference is that it's not a loop. This is still the first round. Okay. Bifurcated. Never seen my leg look like this. Bifurcated. I knew my body had one more twist. Bifurcated. Never seen myself look like this. Bifurcated. I never knew my body. I can't wait here any longer, cause I'm not getting never seen my leg look like this. Bifurcated. I knew my body had one more twist. I can't wait here any longer, cause I'm not getting any stronger. Losing track of what is real. I never knew my body. I can't wait here any longer, cause I'm not getting any stronger. Staying out here is real. I knew my body had one more. Yeah, I can't wait here any longer, cause I'm not getting any stronger. Losing track of what is real. I never knew my body. I can't. Alright, so that's all I got. I hope you had a good time, and I'm gonna have to end the stream for a second, run to the other room, and start streaming again if you'll give me that grace a few minutes. Well, just 1 minute. So I don't have to stay in here. I'm streaming from my laptop. Hopefully that will just not be a big deal. So I'll be right back.